Well, I like to say it was some overarching great ambition, but it was basically to find a wreck so that I could dive on it and have a bragging point for all my diving buddies. I wanted to find a virgin wreck. Every wreck diver wants to find one. I was 18 years old, and I thought that my best chance of finding a significant and well-preserved wreck was in the Arctic. So I started to research and ended up looking for Franklin's wreck. It was like investigating a car crash and going out and measuring skid marks and debris pattern and not asking the people on the sidewalk. I thought maybe somebody should ask the people on the sidewalk, the Inuit, what they thought had happened to the ships. And then the deeper I got into that line of inquiry, the more impressed I got with the consistency and the detail and of the Inuit testimony that had been collected in the 19th century. If you go back through the history of it, people had been suggesting that area basically since the time of the middle 19th century. I felt more vindicated by the condition of the wreck, because the condition of the wreck is almost totally in accord with the way the Inuit describe it. There's so many things that could have not been true. It could have been in deeper water, it could have been on its side, and in fact, everything that they told us about the wreck is vindicated by what we know so far. But even then, it's not a vindication of me, it's a vindication of the accuracy of the testimony. I guess that my claim to fame is I took them seriously. Well, I started collecting notes, little folders of information, hoping they'd lead me to the ship. And I would interview anybody who I came across in my travels. And eventually people started asking me when my book was coming out. And I thought, well, okay, maybe. There's so many human interest elements to the Franklin story. There's the man against nature, there's the waiting widow, there's cannibalism and other sexy elements to the story. It has tended to grab the imagination more than, say, Collinson or McClure or any of the other exploration stories.